A babysitter who killed a child she was watching is heading to prison. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
I'm Brian Loftus. This is a story the 8 News Now investigators first broke have been following closely. Vanessa Murphy was the only TV camera in court today for what was an emotional sentencing.
We do want to warn you this story is of a sensitive nature.
Lauren Courtney sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years. She was babysitting a child when she was caught on camera beating him to death.
Fuck.
The judge noting the brutality of the case and how 5-year-old Ryan Peralta suffered in his last moments.
The last minutes of that child's life were in pure horror.
Lauren Courtney learning her fate Wednesday after pleading guilty to first-degree murder.
Anybody who watches the video, quite honestly, there really aren't any words, right? What you did is unconscionable.
Courtney asking Ryan Peralta's family for forgiveness.
I wish that I could do more than just use my words to express my sorrow in words.
Prosecutor Michelle Joby remembering Ryan.
It is very, very clear that Ryan was a happy 5-year-old child.
And then describing Courtney's actions, which ended his life.
She drags him around the house when he's vomiting blood. She is yelling at him, screaming at him about her. It's her bad day. It's her situation that he's upsetting her that day.
Joby calling a claim from Courtney's defense that she could have been sleepwalking as offensive and repeatedly noting the brutality of the crime.
She then left him on the couch for approximately an hour and a half while he lay suffering and frankly dying because she wouldn't do anything to get him medical care.
Clark County District Court Judge Jacqueline Bluth acknowledging how emotional this sentencing is before sending Courtney to prison for life.
The babysitter has learned her punishment for the murder of a 5-year-old that was in her care. Lauren Courtney was sentenced to life in prison, but she does have the chance at parole after serving 20 years. The 23-year-old sitter was caught on home surveillance video beating Ryan James Peralta. The little boy was hit so hard that he suffered a skull fracture, brain bleed, and damage to his internal organs.
His 5-year-old Ryan James Peralta. His father sent this video and these photos to the I-Team. An arrest report describes some of the final moments of the boy's life. 22-year-old Lauren Courtney faces charges for first-degree murder and child abuse. According to this report, Courtney told police she babysat for Ryan and his 7-year-old sister since August. Ryan's father had installed cameras in his home after his daughter said Courtney hurt Ryan. While at work, he received a call from Courtney that Ryan wasn't doing well and he was coughing up blood. Ryan's dad returned home to find his son unresponsive on the couch. Those cameras, a key piece of evidence. Detectives called the footage horrendous and say Courtney is seen dragging Ryan while he was limp, kicking him in the head, dropping him so his head hit the bathroom floor, punching him in the face, and dragging him into the shower. The report states she turns the water on as Ryan cries and moans in pain. Once his dad comes home, Courtney leaves. Her boyfriend telling police she even picked up McDonald's on the way home. Police say when they interviewed Courtney and told her Ryan might not survive, she expressed no emotion.
Killed her father learned their fate in court today. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
And I'm Christian Casares. It's a story the 8 News Now investigators first broke.
Vanessa Murphy with the very latest from court.
The judge sentencing the teens to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 22 years served. Those were terms specified in an agreement when the teens pleaded guilty to murder and other charges.
Where did the evil come that was bred into a soul that murders their own father?
Christine Halseth delivering an emotional statement about the murder of her son, Daniel.
You're in a tough spot because your son is the victim and the killer is your granddaughter. Can you talk about that?
She's not my granddaughter.
Yes.
Sierra Halseth claiming her father abused her.
He locks me in place and starts pushing me and hitting me around.
Aaron Guerrero offering an apology.
I ask for forgiveness as I get sentenced today, and I hope we're going to see a little peace.
The teens stabbed Halseth 70 times, tried to dismember and burn his body, and stole his car in an attempt to run away in April of 2021. Before their capture,
welcome back to our YouTube channel.
They recorded this video.
Day 3 after murdering somebody.
Whoa! The Halseth family insisting Sierra's claims of abuse are false. Some saying they believe the death penalty would be a more appropriate sentence.
They both should have gotten death for the life they took. 20 years will never be enough for taking down one.
This heartbroken father says he can't forgive the 10-year-old girl now accused of stomping on his baby's head.
As opposed to seeing it as a 10-year-old girl, I seen it as the person who killed my son. And she, in my opinion, deserved to be in shackles or handcuffs. She's a criminal.
Nate Lytle is speaking out for the first time since the death of his 6-month-old son, Jackson. Seen here in new video just released by the family.
It really hit hard.
The disturbing sight of a 10-year-old in court charged with first-degree murder shocked the nation. Her parents tried to comfort their weeping child. The grieving dad says he sat in that courtroom hoping she would see him and understand what she had done.
It was a split second, and then she buried her head back into her dad's shoulder.
The girl is said to suffer from severe emotional problems.
This husband and wife are about to hear life-changing news. They're being charged with murder.
That is a charge called homicide felony murder. It is life without parole. It requires a DNA sample to be taken upon arrest.
His mouth drops in shock. He can't believe what he's hearing. His wife's reaction? She sobs uncontrollably. Tears streak her face. Seth Welch and his wife Tatiana stand accused of an unspeakable crime, starving their 10-month-old baby girl, Mary. The baby was so malnourished she had sunken eyes and cheeks and no pulse when paramedics found her at the Welch home outside Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hours later, Welch posted this message on Facebook. Heart is absolutely shattered. Woke up to Mary dead in her bed this morning. Just numb right now. But an autopsy revealed the cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration due to neglect by adult caregivers. The parents reportedly told police they noticed the baby was, quote, skinny and underweight a month ago, but did not seek medical attention because of their religious beliefs and a mistrust in medicine and the government.
We're going to do whatever we got to do.
Welch has also posted more than 100 hours of video on his Facebook page.
This doesn't fit in with my worldly brain.
His Facebook page is filled with bizarre rants against government, the Harry Potter series, and even Disney characters. He also reads from the Bible.
I'd like to start with the scriptures.
Now he and his wife are in the worst trouble of their lives, and they just can't believe it.
Carol, imagine a babysitter that hurt a child on purpose, and not just one child, but several. That's what parents of some tiny victims told a judge today, asking for a long sentence for Alexis Sexton for the pain she caused their families.
Robert Gans says his 14-month-old grandson, Noah Philhauer, will never be able to heal from the injuries he received when he was intentionally dropped by 19-year-old Alexis Sexton.
He had brain swelling, he had blood on his brain. He had 3 broken ribs.
Gans now has custody of the boy and told the judge to show no mercy on the woman who preyed on innocent children.
I just want her to receive the maximum amount you can give for what she's done. It's not fair to him to have something to deal with something for the rest of his life.
The boy's mom cried as she talked about his injuries.
She took him away from me almost. They said that if she would have dropped him on his head an inch to the left, it would have killed him.
Others told the judge Sexton's actions are unforgivable. Kayla Lennon says Sexton fractured 3 of her daughter's fingers as they rode together in the same car.
And I do ask that she gets punished and that justice is served for the children who don't have a voice. I would like to apologize to all my victims. I am truly sorry. I wish them nothing but the best in the future. Your Honor, all I really want is to get help.
Shut the fuck up, Shawty.
At her sentencing, Sexton spoke too, telling the judge she has a serious problem she can't control. And her mom, Jackie Yoakum, agreed. She asked the judge for mercy for her daughter because she's suffering too.
She also admitted.
I wish we could tell you this was fake. In this infuriatingly hard-to-watch video, a woman flings around a baby like old clothes, stuffs a rag in another child's mouth, and even picks one girl up by her head. Unfortunately, what you're watching is all too real, and the parents of the abused never saw it coming.